basketball on Old Red 99.5. Welcome into the pregame show. We'll chat with both coaches, go over a few keys of the game, and give you the starting lineups. The following presentation is also available streamed online at oldred995.com. Now let's head courtside for the call of today's game.
And we welcome you to Old Red 99.5's presentation of NSAA state basketball in boys varsity. And we have our first game of this Class B bracket. It's the Platteview Trojans, the 8 seed, going up against the Crete Cardinals, the 1 seed. I'm Kyle Mathas. I'm joined by Jake Bartecki. It's good to be with you here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. This one is going to be a really, really interesting game because Platteview comes in 14-10, the last team ranked, or last seeded team, I should say, in this Class B bracket. Crete is undefeated, the only remaining undefeated team in Class B this season, and they are the 1 seed. They are having themselves an incredible season led by Tony Siski. Jake, Crete is on fire right now, and they've taken down some really, really, really good opponents on the season so far, including Wahoo as one of them that I can see. They've taken down Elkhorn. They've even beaten teams like they've actually beaten Platteview this season as well. They blew them out 63-38. So talk to me about this undefeated season for Tony Siski. I talked to him yesterday. He's trying to make sure his team doesn't get too ahead of themselves with the unbeaten record.
Well, and calling all the games for Beatrice this year, obviously Beatrice is Class B. They didn't make it to state, but play Crete a couple times this season, area team. They play Norris a couple times this season, and Crete was far and away the best team Beatrice played all year, and the best Class B team I've seen. I think I saw Crete play Beatrice. I called the Wahoo game for them as well. That Crete's just really good. They're good top to bottom.
Yeah, they're really good.
Aiden McDowell is a stud. I mean, I'm sure you saw it yesterday when you went over and did the story. I mean, he can score at all 3 levels. He can get to the rack. He can shoot deep. I'll never forget it. The game earlier this season against Beatrice, I mean, he pulled up, I'd say he was 3 steps beyond half court and just nailed a 3. And I remember Kyle Kanoki saying, well, you're just not going to guard that. And it was exactly what he's done all season long. I mean, he has been a stud this season. 19 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game. That's what's impressive to me is he's not just scoring, he's defending, he's passing. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Tony Siski. Like, I know he wouldn't take any of the credit for it, but from where this team was 4 years ago when he took over to where they are now, it's incredible to come back.
Well, here comes Crete out on the floor now in their blue sweatshirts, and they'll be wearing their all-white uniforms as the home team today. We also have a few players like Justice Gardner, a junior who stepped up. We talked about him a little bit in the story. Ben Ehlers was injured in the game against Wahoo. He's back, obviously playing limited minutes because his injury is still a little bit prevalent. And then we also have Trace Eggy, who's averaging nearly 10 points per game. Well, I was able to head, like Jake said, to Crete yesterday for Crete's final practice before the state tournament. And I was able to talk to some of the players, including Aiden McDowell, Justice Gardner, and head coach Tony Siski. I was able to talk to all of them about their upcoming state tournament appearance, undefeated, and how they're not letting the undefeated record get the best of them. Listen to this package that I was able to make with the Crete basketball team.
Crete boys basketball is heading to the NSAA state tournament this weekend at a 25-0 record and the number 3 team in the state of Nebraska. Their first test comes Thursday afternoon against Platteview at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Head coach Tony Siski isn't worried about the undefeated record and knows that the high stakes and high pressure won't affect his players.
But, the 25-0 is great, but at this point, that's out the window. Everyone's going down there, and it's one-game seasons at this point, and you're trying to put all your focus on that Thursday game, and that's been our message. We can't worry about what happens in the games around us. If we're worrying about that, we're not worrying about what we really need to focus on.
Senior guard Aiden McDowell leads the team in points at 19.3 points per game. That's nearly 9 points ahead of Ben Ehlers, who's second on the team. He credits his team to where he's at now on the court and in his play.
That came from the work put in, over the summers, early mornings, but also came from my teammates. They put confidence in me. They give me the ball in spots where they know I worked on, and they really helped me try to go out there and succeed.
Justice Gardner is averaging 8.2 points per game, but had to step up as a junior when his senior teammate Ben Ehlers was injured in the game against Wahoo. Gardner says he's staying focused and ready for the next game at hand.
Trying to stay closed-minded, trying to stay just thinking about next game, not trying to think about the pressure and stuff. Just getting in the gym, getting shots up, trying to stay ready.
Platteview has made the state tournament for 4 straight seasons. Crete knows this will not be an easy run through the state tournament, but Siski says his team approaches games the right way in order to succeed, something they've been doing all season.
Yeah, it's a few years of work for these guys, and this group has really bought into what we're trying to do with this program, and they've been great leaders of what we expect our players to be, their off-season work, the way they approach practice every day, and they approach the games the right way this year, and then that allowed us to have the success that we did.
Crete will play Platteview Thursday at 1:30 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Cardinals hope to be playing Saturday afternoon for the state championship. In order to win the state championship in Class B, they would have to be undefeated in the entire season. The game can be listened to on All Red 99.5 in southeast Nebraska. Reporting for News Channel Nebraska, I'm Kyle Mathas.
Welcome back to our pregame show of this NSAA state basketball tournament game brought to you by Crete Public Schools. It's number 8 Platteview, number 1 Crete. We want to apologize. At the beginning of every session, of every news session, the national anthem is played, and that national anthem was played by the Crete band, so they did a great job. And Crete fans have come out to support pretty well. It's not too far of a drive, about 35 minutes or so, and the entire, almost the entire fan section over across from us is filled up with blue, white, and red. We'll go through the starting lineups really quickly and then talk a little bit about Platteview, who comes in 14-10. We'll start with Platteview, who are the 8th seed, 14-10, like I said, being led by a 5'8 senior, number 3, Keegan Stobie, as well as a 6'4 junior, number 11, Jackson Adams, a 6'1 junior as well, number 20, Elijah Skeel, and then a 6'6 junior, number 40, Ryman Siebert, finishing it off as a 6'6 senior, number 50, Braden Stout. And then for Crete, 25-0, the 1 seed, they're being led by their superstar, averaging nearly 20 points per game, a 6'5 senior, number 11, Aiden McDowell, a 6'4 senior, number 13, Kenner Sweetalk, and then a 6'6 junior, number 20, Justice Gardner's done a great job implementing himself into the lineup as well. Number 22, a 6'7 senior, Ben Ehlers, who was injured against Wahoo, but he's back playing limited minutes. He's starting today, though. And then finishing it off as a 6'4 senior, number 23, Trace Eggy. Well, Jake, let's talk about Platteview. At any point this season, their season could have ended. I mean, they beat Waverly 51-50, and they beat Elkhorn North 58-55. They have really made it a crazy kind of Cinderella-type run right now for the Trojans. But then again, they've made it to state for the last 4 years straight.
Yeah, I mean, their team is really different. I mean, they had a player in Connor Milliken in those 4 years who's set the record. He was second in most points in a career in Nebraska. I mean, he scored 2,600 points in his career, and he was a big part of those teams. And last year, they go to the state finals. They get hit with a questionable call. He fouls out of the ball game. A lot of what-ifs if that doesn't happen. But it's impressive what they've done this year. I mean, Raymond Siebert is getting recruited to go to Nebraska to be a tight end. I mean, as a walk-on. That's wow. Nothing when you've got a player like that. I don't care how good or bad your team is. When you have a Division I Power 5 player in any sport on your roster, you're going to be able to contend for wins, and I think that's gone a long way for them. You mentioned Keegan Stobie and also Elijah Steele and Jax Adams. I mean, those guys for a long time were in the shadow of Connor Milliken in terms of scoring. I mean, Connor would put up 26 points per game, and the three of those guys kind of be left in the shadows. Now you're starting to see, 14 points a game for Steele, 11 for Adams, 5.5 for Stobie. You're starting to see them spread out the scoring a little bit more, and I actually think it's helping them. And I think they kind of had to adapt to that in the second half of the season. They've done that, and now they're here at state with a chance to make an upset.
Absolutely, and for Platteview, they're being led, of course, with 14 points per game out of Jax Adams, then 10.9 for Elijah Steele, 8.3 out of Braden Stout, and 5.5 out of Keegan Stobie. Well, I think we're ready to get underway here with what should be a good opening game of Class B bracket. This is the first quarterfinal in the Class B bracket. After this, Omaha Skutt plays Elkhorn. Then later on Ole Red, Norris plays Bennington. And then the final game tonight, Scottsbluff playing Omaha Roncalli Catholic. Well, Crete in their all-white uniforms with red stripes down the side and red numbers and letters. Platteview, all red uniforms with white numbers and letters. Now let's see if Crete can step up to the task at hand. This isn't just a normal game. This is the state tournament, something that they knew they wanted to make it to at the beginning of the season. That's what they were telling me when I did a preview story on them. And the game is underway. Opening tip is won by Platteview. And here come the Trojans ahead, working it around the three-point line. Swing it down to the post, almost stolen by Ehlers. Picked back up on the play by Stout. Work it around to Elijah Steele. Left side, over to Jax Adams. Making a move and dumping it off for Ryman Ziebert. Back around they go to the top of the key. Steele drives it, kicks it out to the right side for Stobie. Down low they go. Getting blocked inside is Ziebert. Second try, no good. Third try, no good. And the rebound goes to Crete, taken by Trace Egge. Here come the Cardinals now in offense. They nearly turn it over. Picked up, though, by Aiden McDowell, who has it in the left corner. They swing it around now for Egge. Hitting it in the high post. They swing it outside, kicking it back out to Ehlers. Ehlers finds the cutter. Baseline, layup, blocked inside. Ziebert gets the block. Ehlers picks it back up. Kicks it back out. McDowell, deep three-pointer left side. Won't go. Rebound taken by Platteview. Pass is too far ahead and out of bounds. Stout passed it too far ahead of Stobie, and it's a turnover for Platteview, something they cannot afford to do against a team like Crete.
Well, we talked about Ziebert just a minute ago in the pregame show. I mean, on the other end, on the offensive end, 3 offensive rebounds off his own miss, and then on this end he gets a block. So talking about the impact somebody like him can make early on, we're seeing it.
Ehlers drives right. Oh, that does not look good. I think Ehlers may have just hurt himself.
He's down. He is crawling to the bench. He's got a brace on his right knee, and now he's on 1 foot hopping over, but that didn't look good. He went down hard, and he was literally using his hands to move himself across the court.
I don't know if Ehlers will return to this game with that leg injury. He hurt his leg against Wahoo, came back limited minutes. He jumped into the paint, stopped on a dime, and immediately went down. Couldn't even get back to his feet. He's barely getting up and limping over. It's on that right leg with that brace. Platteview, meanwhile, scored on the other end on a fast break because of the turnover. So it's 2-0 Trojans on top. Man, that's a big hurt there. Now we'll see Reese Verdon check into the game for Crete. McDowell now driving, pulls up, mid-range shot, good. Aiden McDowell starts off well with a 2-pointer right inside that 3-point line. It's 2-2. We're all tied up.
And so we talked about with Aiden McDowell too, is he can score at all 3 levels. He's quick to lose balls and he's able to make shots.
Well, Keegan Stobie drives inside quickly, finishes with his left. Crete quickly up the other way. They get it up to Justice Gardner, top of the key. Left side over for Trace Egge. Egge down in the corner now. Svitak trying to make a move, kicks it back out. 3-pointer on the way by Egge. Got it from the left side. Trace Egge hits a 3. It's 5-4 Crete in front. 2 minutes into the first quarter.
28 made 3-pointers on the season now for Egge. Pretty good number.
Yeah, that's a really good number. He's a sharpshooter out there. Even with Pinnacle Banks Arena's depth perception, it's probably a little bit different as they try to respond. Platteview. Elijah Steele, top of the key, swings it to the left side now for Ziebert. Ziebert back over. Step back Adams. Pump fakes, gets it in the post for Ziebert. Back outside they go to Stobie. Stobie trying to get it down low. Ball's free on the ground. It's up for grabs. Who's going to get it? Crete dives for it. The pass to McDowell is too far over and out of bounds as McDowell dove for it. Gets helped up to his feet by Justice Gardner. And that just shows the McDowell's ability to be able to fully put his body on the line for the game. He just dove for a ball. Really, he didn't have any chance for.
Well, and he was quick to it, too. I mean, that's the thing about him is he's quick to lose balls. He's quick to step in passing lanes, and that was an example.
And Ziebert swings it over to the left for Steele. Steele driving it, kicking it back out to Stobie. Stobie, left side. Kind of go down low. That ball's deflected right into the hands of Stobie. Nearly turned over by Ziebert. Ziebert, back to Stobie. Left corner. Gets a screen. Kicks it back out top. Elijah Steele with 7 on the shot clock. Doesn't matter. He turned it over because he traveled. And that is going to be a turnover. I'm just looking over right now at Ben Ehlers. I feel so bad. I mean, he just had... It's really, really unfortunate.
Look, we'll see how Crete's able to respond. I mean, it's different in the state tournament to see that happen in front of your, with one of your best teammates goes down and see it at the state tournament. It hurts.
What a great block down low on the shot by Gardner, blocked by Elijah Steele, and Platteview has it, trailing by 1. Nearly midway through the first. Swings it over to the left side. Stobie, a 3-pointer left side. Rims in and out, no good. Nice rebound by Reese Verdon. Here he comes. Quickly up the floor. With his head up, looking for help. Gets it down on the post. Swings it Justice Gardner. Right side three on the way. No good. Rebound fought for down low. Taken nicely by Elijah Steele. Gets another rebound. Kicks it to the left side now for Ziebert. Back to Steele. Now they can reset here. 4:11 to play in the first. 5-4 to Crete. Both teams slowing down a little bit after their hot starts.
Yeah, I mean, neither one of them shooting the ball extraordinarily well right now. I mean, we saw, I think it was Verton knock down the three for Crete, but other than that, really hasn't been much shooting going on. A lot of scoring in the paint, a lot of turnovers.
Gardner gets a steal, Gardner has the ball off a steal, looking for help, puts it up, floats it in. Justice Gardner off the steal, gets it to go. He's got 2 points on the game, 7-4 Crete. There was 7 on the shot clock, and Platteview turned it over as they try to feed the high post. That's one thing Crete's been defending very well today, the high post. And the Crete student section jumping up and down to our left, and they're all black. Get it down low on the post, back outside, three-pointer by Steele, left side. Another rim in and out, and no good. Gardner gets the rebound. Gardner up ahead quickly to Eggy. Eggy, nice pass down low, but that ball is deflected out of bounds by Stout. This game is brought to you by Crete Food Mart, Citibank and Trust member FDIC, Stop and Shop in Crete, fast and fresh and fun. Crete Lumber and Farm Supply. We want to mention, stay tuned for the stop of the game brought to you by Stop and Shop at the end of the game. Inbound from Crete on the baseline, Trace Eggy. Going up top, getting it to Reese Verdon. Back to Eggy, left side or right side, puts up a three. Quickly, quick release, did not fall. Rebound pulled in by Taryn Riley, who just checked into the game for Platteview.
I'd like to see Crete's guys follow their shots on the three. I mean, Burton thought that thing was down, and he was already at half court by the time Platteview grabbed the rebound. I think if he followed it, he might have had a second chance at it.
Three-pointer, top of the key. No good on the shot by Adams. Get it ahead. Three-pointer, Eggy on the way. Right side, no good again. And again, Jake, he was running back to half court before that shot even hit the rim.
And Crete's 1 of 5 from three. I mean, I don't like that shot personally. I don't think Tony Siski did either, especially coming right off of this. So
here's Steele, right side. Steele getting a screen. I think we're going to get a blocking foul on Crete. It's interesting because Elijah Steele ran into Braden Stout, and Braden Stout now looks like he's a little shaken up after that. He might have to come out of the game. Looks like, honestly, he just got the wind knocked out of him, so nothing to be worried about as a Platteview fan. As Stout exits, Keegan Stobie's back in for the Trojans. Trailing by 3, 2:32 to go in the first. 7-4, Cardinals on top. Keegan Stobie. One of the things Crete was saying yesterday was how it's now a one-game season from this point on. They're understanding that so far in this early game, only up by 3 as the heavy favorites. Here's Jax Adams, left side Stobie, pump fakes a 3. Needs help and kicks it over to Elijah Steele. Elijah Steele guarded by Eggy. Steele goes inside, cannot find anything, and picks up his dribble where he kicks it out to Ryman Siebert, who's been quiet since the beginning of the game. Left side, nice jab step by Steele, almost lost it. Eggy's playing great defense. Now with 8 seconds on the shot clock, Plattview's got to hurry. They go inside with Jax Adams and a great layup with his left hand. Adams finishes, and it's 7-6 Crete. Here comes McDowell, though. He's been quiet, too. Almost lost the ball. Fadeaway jumper. Got it. It's almost like he heard me over here tell him that he's been quiet, and he said, watch this.
That was a move. I mean, you talk about spinning a guy out of his shoes. I mean, that was fading away while spinning. That was a pretty shot.
Ziebert trying to go on the post on Gardner. Kicks it back out. Adams, layup with his right. Fouled inside.
Already 2 shots. I don't know who they caught.
That might be on
McDowell? Yeah, it's either on, I think it is on McDowell.
Let's see if they give us an update. I don't think it was on McDowell.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was on Reese Verton. So that's his
I think
first.
so.
And McDowell and him were in the area, though, which is why I was wondering who they're going to hit with it.
The first free throw is good from the line for Jax Adams. And it's 9-7. We got a few substitutions here. Theo Bowling's in the game for Crete. Also, Carter Resney's in the game, a great sophomore. Bowling's a senior. Checking out is Verton and Sweetalk. Second free throw, no good from the line. 1 for 2, and it's a 2-point Crete lead. Here's McDowell. 4 points on the game for him. 4 out of 9. They go to Gardner in the high post. Nice cut by Eggy underneath. Pump fakes, puts it up. Oh, he missed the layup, but it deflects off of Platteview last. Tyron Riley went off of his hand on the rebound. That's a tough break for Eggy, who had an open layup, and it just kind of rattled around the rim. Did not fall.
I think one of the things that Plattview's been able to kind of benefit from is their height with Ziebert and those kind of guys off the bench.
Oh.
But that's a good-looking shot by Gardner. Just didn't fall.
Yeah, Gardner just pulled up a three from the right side. Didn't even pass the ball around one time after that inbound.
But, yeah, I mean, the height for Plattview, they usually have an advantage over a lot of teams with that, especially in Class B. But Crete's got a lot of their own.
Oh, what a play. No good on the layup there down low by Ziebert. Rebound falls to Resny on a nice pass, but he just couldn't finish. Gardner gets a step to the rim. Oh, he tried to poster him, and he missed. He came up short. Crete gets a steal on the other end. Gardner now pump fakes a three, and he traveled. Oh, Gardner just tried to go for his highlight reel
I was about
early
to
on in
say.
the NSAA state tournament. He tried to go for a poster and came up short.
I was going to say when he grabbed the ball, do it again, Justice. Drive and do it again.
I think he wanted to, but he traveled, unfortunately.
Well, that'd be something to see.
That would have been.
That comes with 41 seconds to play in the first,
Yeah.
too, not like at any pivotal point in the game.
Yeah, we got a long game to go. You might see more of those opportunities for Crete. Even maybe Platteview, too, with the size of Ziebert.
Yeah.
Here is Ziebert, top of the key, swings it to the right side for Adams. Still a 2-point Crete lead with 25 seconds to go. There's about a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock here. Here's Stobie. Platteview, and they're all red. Swings it over to the left for Adams. Adams trying to go into the high post. Ball's nearly stolen. Adams gets it back. Step back. Three. Left side on the way. Got it. Jax Adams hits another three. It's 6 points for him. 7 seconds in the quarter. Platteview has the lead. McDowell pulls up right side three. No good. And that'll end the first. Platteview, the 8th seed, has a 1-point lead over undefeated Crete. 10-9. Still with 3 quarters to play. We'll be back after this on All Red 99.5.